The first injury report of Week 7, where the Green Bay Packers head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, just came out with all the injury updates from this past game against the Bengals. So let's break down Week 7. So let's break down this first injury report, Week 7, go over all the injuries and designations from today's practice for both the Packers and the Cardinals. Go click subscribe to stay in the loop with everything Green Bay Packers this season, from injury updates, game live streams, previews, tape breakdowns. You'll find everything you need Packers all here on this channel. So without further ado, let's dive right down into it and bring up the injury report on the screen. And just like it has been the past few weeks, it's still a pretty lengthy injury report for the Green Bay Packers. And first, let's go over everyone on this list that was a did not participate. First, we have Brandon McManus, still a did not participate with that right quadricep injury. Obviously, Lucas Havrisik was signed and had an excellent day kicking, filling in against the Bengals, so that's something to monitor as this week goes on. We also see Zach Tom as a did not participate with his oblique/back injury. Lucas Van Ness, who left the game against the Bengals right after a sack. He actually got hurt on the same play as his sack with a foot injury. He was a did not participate. And Devontae Wyatt, with his knee injury, remains a did not participate. So now let's just go from top to bottom, going over this list overall. Aaron Banks, who returned to action against the Bengals, is limited in today's practice with his groin/knee injury. Anthony Belton did return to practice. He hadn't practiced all last week. He is limited. Something to monitor going into this game is that Zach Tom said that he played through a lot of pain against the Bengals. So if he is for some reason not able to go against the Cardinals, Anthony Belton could be our full-time right tackle against the Cardinals. Warren Brinson is an abdomen/neck injury, but he's a full participation. I really liked what I saw from Brinson in the 21 snaps he saw against the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe over half, maybe even 75% of them came in the fourth quarter. So the Packers really leaned on him in the fourth quarter, and they'll likely be without Devontae Wyatt. So Brinson likely to get even more snaps here against Arizona. Javon Bullard is still listed as a concussion evaluation, but he's a full participant, and Matt LaFleur mentioned that it wasn't a concussion. So I think he's just on here because he was evaluated, right? If it was a concussion, it would just say concussion, and he'd be limited or full or wherever. But he's a full participant, so definitely evaded another concussion. He had one a few weeks ago, which is just great to hear. Matthew Golden is on the injury report with a shoulder injury, but a full participation, so something to maybe monitor, but with full on Wednesday, it shouldn't bother him that much. We have Josh Jacobs with the illness. We know he played with that stomach bug, but got 150 yards from scrimmage, so that obviously didn't affect him too much in terms of playing. He was limited today. Jacob Monk, hamstring, still is yet to be returned off IR. He was limited today. We also have Jordan Morgan, knee injury, filled in at right guard against the Bengals. I think he saw like 82% of the snaps and had a phenomenal day against that front, especially run blocking. The Packers did a much better job in the interior in terms of run blocking, and Jordan Morgan looks like he could be the starting right guard moving forward. Then we still have Christian Watson on the injury report with his knee injury, his recovery from the torn ACL. He is still limited. Great to not see a setback here. The Packers have not yet activated him. There's a potential that he could be activated this week, and we could see his return against the Cardinals, but he could also be held out as a precaution yet another week and then possibly return against the Steelers on that Sunday night game. Dontavian Wicks, who left the Bengals game with an ankle injury, did practice today, so he didn't miss any practice with this ankle injury, so that's good news, and going forward into this Cardinals game, he should be available. So yeah, the Packers injury report, definitely a long one yet again, but it's nice to see that Rasheed Walker is also removed off the injury report. Jordan Love is officially removed off the injury report, same with Micah Parsons, so all of those guys to be removed off this is really good, and the only, offensive lineman that didn't practice today is Zach Tom, which is obviously a big one, so something to monitor going into this game. Before we dive into the Arizona Cardinals injury report, I quickly wanted to go over my sleeper picks for the upcoming Thursday night matchup, Steelers versus Bengals. Go check out Sleeper, link down in the description. Use code BASS when making a first-time deposit to get that matched 100% up to $100, and they're offering an awesome promo right now. New users get a free $20 play no deposit needed. And my picks for Thursday night, Aaron Rodgers with a multiplier boost here, more than 220.5 passing yards. I have Joe Flacco less than 237.5 passing yards. Jamar Chase more than 6.5 receptions. And I also have Chase Brown more than 16.5 receiving yards. Definitely go check out Sleeper. Big shout out to them for sponsoring this video. All right, so now let's dive into the Arizona Cardinals injury report, and it's just as lengthy as the Green Bay Packers. Kelvin Beachum was a veteran rest today, so he did not participate. Now, this was also a walkthrough for the Arizona Cardinals today, a little bit interesting. The Packers did have a full practice, whereas the Cardinals had just a walkthrough today. But Beachum with the rest day, Katan Crawford, safety, ankle injury, limited. Akeem Davis-Gaither, their linebacker, has a foot injury. He's limited. Amari DeMarcado, their running back, ankle injury, did not participate. Darren Hall, cornerback, quadricep, limited. Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver, who suffered a concussion in their last game, he was limited today. Zay Jones, wide receiver, knee injury, did not participate. Zonovan Knight, running back, knee injury, limited. Kyler Murray, quarterback, foot injury, limited. There's still a chance that Murray could get held out of this game. It seems like that foot injury could end up being a multi-week thing, but we'll monitor that as this week goes on and see if the Packers will either be facing Murray or Jacoby Brissett. Bilal Nichols, defensive lineman, veteran rest. Walter Nolan, calf injury, limited. Darius Robinson, pectoral injury, limited. Dadrian Taylor Demerson, safety, ankle injury, limited. And Michael Wilson, wide receiver, foot injury, limited. So again, the Arizona Cardinals with a lengthy injury report as well, and they very well could be without their starting wide receiver and quarterback against the Green Bay Packers. Now, they've lost 3 straight, but it's also been by a collective total of 9 points. So yes, they're on a 3-game losing streak, but they've kept all 3 games extremely, extremely close. So it's not a team to take lightly, even with Jacoby Brissett. They had a close game last week. So this is a game that the Packers, like I said, can't look past, looking forward to, say, Pittsburgh Sunday Night Football. And they're going to have a good game plan to stop not only the Arizona Cardinals offense, but get things going even more so on offense against this Cardinals defense. But that does it for the first injury report of Week 7, Packers versus Cardinals. There'll be 2 more injury reports as this week goes on, tomorrow and then Friday, the more important one with all the injury designations. But I really appreciate you guys coming by. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.